Hey, 200 bucks is 200 bucks, huh, Cash? He's not even listening. Broker of mine from C.H. Robinson just said, hey man, I got a straight through because I have a tanker endorsement. It's the only endorsement I have. And so there's some totes for 14,000 pounds. And he's like, hey, 200 bucks, but hey, do you want it? And since there was 300 bucks going to Macon, 350, I said, I'll take it. So wifey went out to get food. So I'm gonna have to wait for her to get back, but it's 12 noon right now. And it's straight through to Duncan, which is 20 miles away. So nice and easy pickup and drop. Just gotta wait for her to get home. And how come the trash man didn't take that? Come on now. What, did it fall out? It's like an old shelf we had for TV stand at our old house. I think here she comes right now. See those headlights? There she is. Wonder what she got for food. Wonder if she got me anything. And later in this video, we're gonna do the good old IFTA for you guys. So I'm gonna get this. All right, quick little run above Greenville. 15 minutes from the house, and we are picking up some adhesives from Henkel right up there on the left. I've never been here, but my guy from C.H. Robinson's like, hey man, you want to make a quick 200 bucks for 20 miles? I said, sure man, might as well instead of just sitting home. It's a straight through, kind of right by Furman University. The name of this road is actually Old Furman Road. So, and you had to have a tanker endorsement. That's the only endorsement I got when I went to the DMV. I didn't have enough time to pass all the tests, but I passed the tanker one, so got that. So I get these totes, and I'm just going to Duncan, which is just right above my house. So get checked in here. Looks like it's pretty secure, so we'll see what goes down. All right, guys. God bless. All right, so it's hidden back here. Come on straight through and go to the left, and we're going straight ahead to door 3. I'm gonna jump out and open these doors. They had to make me fill out a little questionnaire. See these little things on the left? Those are what I'm picking up. They're called totes. Fill them with liquid. Sometimes it's like a syrupy liquid. It doesn't really move the truck that much. Sometimes it's like watery liquid, and it really moves the truck when you're stopping. So I'm gonna get this thing turned around. But yeah, he asked me, he's like, you ever had coronavirus? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, cool. Here's your sticker saying you're free from the coronavirus. Well, okay, that was a good check. No fever, no nothing. Anyways, Henkel adhesives up here in Greenville. 200 bucks, 20 miles. Hey, that's my cell phone bill. I'll take it. Get these doors open, and I'll see you in a little bit. Like to feel. They're already loading me. Just hit the dock. So wait for the green light. Get to Duncan. Get back home with these kids before the sun sets and get them back to the park. Those new Power Wheel batteries, man. I put one only in the red fire truck, and then I had the other kid complaining that he was burning them in races, so I switched them both out, which I should have done anyways, but the black one was still holding the charge pretty good. But anyways, yeah, change those batteries. 20 bucks a piece instead of $84 on Kid Tracks or Walmart.com, but really protective here with your mask, so I threw on my good old face mask for them. Now I'm gonna take it off, wait to get loaded, get to Duncan, put some fuel in these tanks, and get back home. God bless. And we're unloaded. So 18.9 miles, booked it at noon. It's now 2:13. It took me a while to air up the truck and all that kind of stuff. But also you check in, I'm at Sun Paper. I don't know if anybody's ever been here, but you normally load on that side. I'm at the front side where the check-in office is right over there. And you used to walk in there and they would check you in, sign paper. Now it has a big sign on the door. It says call this number, and that's how I check you in. So put my papers in the trailer. That's how they check me in. But we're gonna do IFTA for you today. After this little clip I do, IFTA, interstate fuel tax. It's for all the states to get their fair share of how many miles you drove in their state. And if you bought fuel in their state, then it kind of equals out. If you didn't buy fuel in their state, but you drove a bunch of miles in their state, that's how it works. They want their fair share to even out the tax money to all the states. So that's what it means. Truck and Wife's gonna do it for you. She's gonna show you the website, show you how to do it. Some states are different, like Kentucky. She'll show you about that and talk about that. But I just did this little 200-mile run for 20-mile run for 200 bucks. Get my cell phone bill paid. If I can make some money, and shout out to that broker from C.H. Robinson who kind of looks out for me. If there's something around Greenville and knows I'm home, he'll ask me if I wanted it. He had one going to Atlanta for $450, but there was 2 of them, and they got booked in 2 seconds, and he calls me right back and says, hey, I got one, 200 bucks, just going 20 miles if you want it. I said, sold. It was noon, and now it's 2:40, 15 and I'm done. So I'm gonna get fuel across the street. I'm off exit 60. There's a nice QT there. Maybe get a grilled cheese sandwich with a little roast beef in it. But yeah, coming to you next is Truck and Wife with a little bit of IFTA. Since we're on the topic of fuel, might as well talk about what I use in my tanks. Lucas does not sponsor me. I just am a firm believer in this stuff. When I first bought the truck, it had a pretty rough idle. I've used this in my personal vehicles for a while, and it cleaned up my idle within 2 tanks. So I use a half of this. I think it's a gallon. Yeah, 1 gallon, half a gallon in each tank every time I fill up. So people have mixed reviews on Lucas. The oil additive I'm not so sure about, but as far as the fuel injector cleaner, and it kind of lubricates your fuel system, your mechanical pump, everything else. That's how I feel about it. You can get it for about 28 bucks a gallon at Walmart, and QT here has, if you buy 3, they're 79 bucks. So that's what I normally do. I buy 3 for 79 plus tax, comes out to like $84. So little food for thought. Plus, if you're coming out here, get locking fuel caps, just peace of mind. But yeah, right now today it is $2.14 a gallon. I'm gonna fill up the tanks and I'm gonna get home to those kids. All right, guys. So out there when I was talking, I didn't say it right. I don't do a half gallon, I do a quart. So they break it up into quarts right here. So 1 quart each side. So I'll have 2 fill-ups per one thing of this. It's about 15, 16 bucks per fill-up that I'll spend. And they have 3 bottles for 79. All right, guys, just want to clear that up. I'm not using a whole gallon of it every time I fill up. When you start keeping track of your fuel, you're going to get these big tickets. QTs and most of the big TAs and Pilots, Loves, these are all they have mostly, but you go to some of these mom and pop stores in the middle of nowhere, and they'll give you like a regular receipt, so you have to ask for a big ticket. Just make sure you get that. It's easier to keep track of your IFTA. It'll ask for your name, your company, and truck number. All right, take care, guys.
Hey guys, we're going to be doing an IFTA tutorial today. I'm going to show you how I do it for Justin. We're starting with Q1 for 2020. What you want to do is Justin writes down the gallons in each state that he purchases it in. So like, for example, this one is 203 gallons in South Carolina. So what I'll do is write it down and add it all up for each state. When it comes to the mileage, so you've got your ELD and everything, but what we like to do is actually write it down in the corner. So he writes it down for the mileage for me, so he can have his ELD and I don't have to sign into all that and do all that stuff and look at that. He just writes it down for me. It's simple. Each state he's in, he writes the state and the miles that he was in that state. And then I sit here and write it all down and then I add it all up. I'm not gonna make you watch me do that. But we're gonna add everything up after I get all my caffeine in me, because I'm gonna need some caffeine for this. We'll write it all down, add it all up, and then we'll actually show you how we do it online for the state of South Carolina. I'm not sure how it is in each state, but I know for the state of South Carolina, you actually have to, okay, I may be wrong, but there's a form, I think it's like an MC26 or something. You have to call the DMV and they'll send you an email, and you fill out this form that gives you authorization to actually file it online. So I'll get back to you in just a second and show you what we do. Hey guys, so this is the website you're gonna go to at the beginning. When you start, it's SCDMV. This is for the state of South Carolina, by the way, obviously, but I just wanted to point that out. So you're gonna go in and you're gonna go to business customers, and you wanna go to IRP and IFTA online, and you're gonna click that. So I was right, by the way. This makes me really excited. It is the form MC26. So you have to file that and mail it to the address below, so you can have access to the motor carrier system service, which is what I'm gonna actually take you to now. And this is where we file our IFTA. Let's see, all right, we're gonna go there and we're gonna sign in. We are going to agree here. All right, so then we're gonna come to this page and we're gonna file our tax return. All right, so our fleet number is 1 because we only have the 1 truck. It is 2020. The quarter is first quarter and fuel is diesel. We're gonna go ahead and proceed. All right, so here's where we have the states that we were in last quarter. Pretty much the same states we were in this quarter, except we are missing Virginia, I think. I'm almost positive it's just Virginia. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add, let's see, gotta go here and add Virginia. Come on. Okay, so I just added Virginia to it as well. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna type in each mile for each state. So however many miles we drove in each state, and then tax paid gallons. So that's gonna be the gallons in each state where you purchased your fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and type all that in, and then what you do is you hit calculate and proceed. And I'll show you that once we get all these numbers typed in. All right, so I typed everything in, and I'm gonna come down here and hit calculate, and it's gonna show me the totals and everything and how many miles per gallon. But I want you to know that when you hit calculate, you also want to type it in underneath Schedule A, because you have to actually type it in for some reason. It doesn't automatically calculate. So once you have all that done, you're going to proceed, and then it's going to show how much is due for the quarter, and then you're just going to proceed, and then we are going to pay this baby, and we'll be done. Proceed, proceed, proceed. And then we are going to go ahead and electronically pay for this. And also, a little tip, we have to do Kentucky as well. I know we didn't drive in Kentucky, but you have to file their state, like their IFTA, so their state tax as well. I can actually show you that. I do it on my phone. I'm sure, I mean, you can do it on desktop, but it's in my phone. So I will probably do like a little quick, just to show you how to do that as well. So, all right. See you later. Hey guys, so I was gonna do the KYU one on my phone, but I decided the desktop would be easier to show you. You're gonna go to drive.ky.gov. It's the motor carriers page. And then you're gonna click KYU e-file. Again, you can do this one on your phone. It'll send you an email confirmation and your receipts and everything, and you just go ahead and print that out. I also wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and we have hit 5,000 subscribers. So thank you guys, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. I think she did pretty good. So thanks so much, like I said, for 5,000 subscribers. That's awesome. And that's IFTA. I don't do it. She does it. I don't know how to do it. But pretty much the ELD takes care of the miles, and we just cross-reference. I write it down every time I do a load. But yeah, thanks so much for the subscribers. All the proceeds go to Truck and Wife. I don't touch that money. Goes straight into her checking account. And I'm going to get back to these guys. And Gigi came over. Her Truck and Wife's mom. We call her Gigi. And my mom is grandma. What do you got, dude? Whoa, Dad. Were you driving Kylan? All right, guys. God bless. See you tomorrow.